Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Well, it's December 26th. Christmas is over. And so now we start again until New Year's. And then we'll start for next year. Blood sugar is sitting at 6.3, fully calibrated. And I have no active insulin. Oh my, no active insulin. My blood sugar was pretty up all night. Let's just pull it up. I was pretty well around high 8s to 8. And then early this morning, I woke up at 2 for some reason. And now I'm down to 6.3. All in all, I'm just coming down nicely. I thought it was going to be too high, but my blood sugar ends up to be fairly good. Time in range? Well, not as great as I hoped, but 96%. Nice Christmas colors there, hey? I had no blood sugars above. I was 96%, 4% below. And average blood sugar is 7.1. This has dropped kind of a bit because this is down. So today I hope we're going to work on this to get it to 0. Because that's the amount my diabetic nurse would like it to be, 0%. But we all have lows, all of us. Today I want to discuss when should we be screening for type 1 diabetes, and should we be screening? I know I said it was going to be the next video 2 days ago, but I forgot Christmas was in there. And I took the 2 days of Christmas off, so now we're back at it. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. In British Columbia, we have 825,000 diabetics. That is type 1, type 2, and undiagnosed type 2s. Those three numbers count for 825,000 diabetics. Of that, 10% are type 1. So that's roughly 82,000. But to be perfectly tactful, they say 5 to 10. We're going to take 10 just to encompass all of it. In our school system, there's 553,000 kids in school. Of that, 10% is 55,000 kids. It's astronomical. And now with new treatment that can put off a diagnosis of type 1 diabetic, it makes sense that we should be screening. Now, I'm not talking about schools going through and doing mass blood tests on all kids, but it should be some average tests. Nowadays, you can find out hemoglobin A1C to see if diabetes is prevalent. There can be other blood tests that can be ordered that we can see if a person is holding, chromosomes? Featuring diabetics. So where do we draw the line? When should we expect it? I believe most kids from 8 to till 15 is sort of the prime area. Myself, I got diagnosed when I was 13. There's two doctors, both of them work for TCOYD, who I believe were diagnosed at 15. So that age group, we need to double check. We give squirts for polio, we give vaccines for diphtheria and measles. I think we need to take a look at type 1 diabetes and what makes that becoming more and more prevalent. They expect by 2034 that type 1 diabetes will grow from 10% up to 14%. This is off the Diabetes Canada website. So, how do we combat that? Just let every kid live with a life of getting diagnosed and then having to live with needles? Or try to put off as long as they can with pills that can sort of push off, ward off type 1 diabetes? I think it's sort of something we can track, and I don't want any kid to have to live with what I went through, with many other diabetics in BC go through. Daily blood tests, daily shots, working with an insulin pump. We need to be aware and to treat diabetes before it becomes diabetes. Type 2 has always been easy. There's always been a warning time frame that says, oh, you're a pre-diabetic. If you don't change things around now, you're going to become a diabetic. And you know what? That's great for type 2, but type 1s need that time. My first month of school was hell. I didn't really want to do anything. I didn't have the energy. The only plus thing was I lost weight. But if I knew I had to live with a lifelong giving insulin every day, taking 4 blood tests every day. Yes, we have meters that work with our body now, and let's pull it up. Tell us what our blood sugars are, but we still have to confirm with glucometers. It's something that we need to get a hold of. Now, we screen already for a number of issues. Why can't we screen for diabetes? Sometime when we're born, we get blood tests. Maybe we can, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, I don't understand the whole new geno testing, but maybe we need to say, yes, let's do it at birth. Let's find out who's going to be predisposed to developing diabetes. Supposedly we give off a chromosome that is easily accounted. So why aren't we doing this? I think part of the reason is holistic health, and people want to live all natural, and a lot of myths surround type 1 diabetes. And, well, it can be cured if you don't eat sugar. My son or daughter doesn't eat sugar, and they shouldn't be having a problem with type 1 diabetes. Eating sugar doesn't have anything to do with it whatsoever. You can develop type 1 diabetes pretty well at any age, but it's younger adults and juvenile. Hence, that's why it was called juvenile diabetes for years. But why aren't we screening? If we could see now who is predisposed for diabetes. From a friend of mine who's a teacher, they don't do anything in the schools about it unless a child is diagnosed and is already starting insulin, and then it's a whole big non-information. Insulin has to be done in the nurse's office and everything. I think we have to take a step back and say, you're predisposed to diabetes. Let's try to work with it and wean it off. Stop it from coming as much as possible. Now, irregardless, there is no such thing as bad diabetes or good diabetes, or are you a good type 1 or a good type 1 or a bad type 1? Diabetes is diabetes. We're entering into a epidemic levels. So we need to ensure that we take the appropriate steps. Blood tests are being done on kids all the time. Why shouldn't we be screening for diabetes? A lot of doctors do, but it's not a prevalent part of our culture, and we need to make sure it does. Whether it's at birth, first year of school, or before they start school, or age 8 to 13. I'm just pulling age. I can't play that I know the numbers. Think about it. Is it worth checking to see if a son, daughter, or child is going to develop type 1 diabetes in their life? And when should we do it? You have my thoughts. Have a great day, and we'll talk later. Bye now. My next vlog topic will be Hey. Our next topic, it won't be a 2-day break in between, but our next topic will be when the penny drops. When do we everything clicks in and we understand about our care? We'll have to wait and see and have a discussion. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.